Alright, I'm getting ready to make my Mash Tun now. I was going to wait till this weekend to do it, but I decided to do it now so that everything will be dry and ready to go for this weekend so we can try brewing some beer this way. I went ahead and went with this cooler here. It doesn't have a drain on it, so I'm going to have to drill my own drain hole, but they didn't have a lot of good selections of coolers at Walmart today. And for the bottom of it, in the false bottom, I'm going to use CPVC, so you can see I've got all my fittings and got my little hacksaw to cut all the slits in my CPVC when I'm done. And to get my good seal around the edge, I've got some quick plastic JB weld here that's designed for CPVC, and once it's dry is safe to use for stuff that'll have basically food in it. So I'm going to get started. Well, I finished my manifold, so I'll take it over here in a little bit better light so you can see it. Just cut that CPVC up, just eyeballed all of it. I have my inlet down there on the right side of the screen. A couple extra tubes going across for some better flow. And then this guy sticking up here was an idea I got from another gentleman on YouTube. I'd have to look up who it was. I'll try to put it down in the bottom. I believe his name was Ed, and that's all it had. But what he had done is he had put this other tube up to stop any chance of getting a vacuum in this system. For right now, I'm not going to glue any of this together. The only part I'll be gluing will be the spigot on the outside. I want to leave it so I can take it apart to clean it if necessary. If it becomes a problem, I'll go ahead and glue it all together. Like I said, for right now, I'm just going to leave it. But for just eyeballing it, it seems to fit in pretty well. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but it just slips right in there. My goal is that I can put it back here. I'm going to drill my hole here in a minute, and then this will just slide right on over the spigot. And this anti-vacuum tube is cut just right so I can close the cooler. No problem. We don't want to let any of that heat out. So, alright, on to the next step. Now I gotta get my drill and drill this hole. Alright, it's on now. What I did was I put this 1/2-inch hose spigot out this side so I can attach a hose to it anytime I want. And just put the pipe a little ways in. I measured it by hand with my false bottom that's going to connect to it. I got a little bit of the PVC cement on here, but I'll take some sandpaper to that after it's fully dry. And what I did, this is a trial, is I went ahead and put PVC cement real thick all the way around this edge here and this edge here on the outside. We'll see if that'll give us a watertight seal. If not, then I have my quick plastic from JB Weld that I can use to make a little bit better seal, but I think this should work. Granted, I'm not sure what this plastic is. I could have researched that and found out, but I think it should make a pretty good seal. So, we'll see, and I will definitely let you all know how this all works out. Okay, so now my last part is done, besides actually sticking this on here and testing it out to make sure the water's tight. If I have to do that, I'll probably just put it in the notes at the bottom. I don't expect it to be. Everything inside seems to be drying just fine, and it all seems to be sealed pretty well. But this last step they just did was I just took this mini hacksaw I bought. I thought it'd be easier because these things are so close together, and it's only $3. And I just used the hacksaw on the bottom side of this. And it's sitting in there. It's like that, so you don't even actually see them. But the whole bottom side of this piece has these holes cut in it for the water to drain. That way you don't get the barley and everything else draining out of the Mash Tun. You get a little bit at first, you pour it back on top, no big deal. But this should be a good manifold. Let's try this out. So the next step will be a video of us actually making our beer from all grain. So look forward to that, and Hank and I will be probably filming that this weekend. Thanks. See you next time.